Good morning. How are you this fine Saturday morning? Two things right off the top of my head, or maybe three. Here I've got a audio confirmation there. This laptop, we have the replacement C
DougBetts said, I'm
panel.
working here.
Okay, speaker bot confirmed. The replacement C panel for my client's laptop, we might not be replacing that into my client's laptop. They are considering a different direction, and I'll give you more detail about that when we get into that. We also have a topic to revisit for Martin Hogg about the Google Photos. And then we have some video comments. I think there's a question in there. Yeah, there's a question in there, at least one. And so that's what I've got on slate for today. If somebody has a question in chat, please precede your question with an exclamation mark C and then ask your question. If you've already asked a question or somebody else has a question, then feel free to put in exclamation mark C and point me to that prior comment, whether it was from you or from somebody else. And with that, I'll go say hello to people in chat. Oh, Tony Wallow says he's a member for 4 months, and that points out that today is the anniversary day, because this is April 26th. I turned on memberships on my birthday, December 26th. So we are on the 4th month. Shows here that Tony's been member for 4 months. So anybody who joined that first day should now be showing 4 months. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, it still shows 2. You know what? I might not have updated the icons for that. Ouch. You know, when I was 18, I thought I'll never be 24. That it wasn't that I thought I'd be dead by then. I just thought the calendar is never going to go that far. It's just we're stuck right here at 18 years old, not going to get any further. Yeah, so obviously also didn't change the icon for the 3rd month. All right, get on board with that, Doug. Let's do this.
Read chat, please.
Let's see. Fix membership icon. Set timer called fix membership icon.
For how long?
3 hours.
Fix membership icon timer. 3 hours. Starting now.
That's how I remind myself to do stuff, because otherwise it just doesn't get done. I also use the timer alarms on my phone. And I also will do scheduled emails to myself. Because, yeah, such a Doug. Hello, Rick Lakes. Hello, Tony Wallow, Martin Hogg from Scotland. Marsman, just got here, cannot stay long. My brother's 70th birthday party. Pizza, and beer. And let's see. John Williams, hello. Good tune from Creedence Clearwater Revival. That was the trailer. There's a link in the description of this video to that. Hope your Saturday is going well. Yes, it is. Thank you. Chevy, your intros rock. Because there were rocks in my intro. Oh, a waterfall, to be more specific. Mike Wojcik, hello. Jeff Ryman. Oh, maybe also the rock and roll tune. Pacific time, Saturday morning. Yeah, Ran Israel. Let's see. Also, Ran Israel, I have a follow-up for you about your suggestion about the way that I fix the public-private firewall settings on that server. I tried what you suggested. It did not work, but I think you'd be interested in the more detail about it. It did work for what your solution was intended to do. It did not solve my problem. So many problems. Not really. Randy Israel, Rick Lake, Selden Ball, Doug Bott. Good to see you again. What? Phil Stott, hello. Looks like Brightech liked your topic. What? Let's take that off screen as I click on that. Let's see. Oh, Brightech, enable hidden group policy editor on Windows Homes editions. He did that 4 hours ago. Did he copy my technique? Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, that's yeah, that's my. Is he using my link to get there, or did he create his own? Independent advisor. Oh, here's our 2 packages. Paste these commands. Okay, so he's getting those instructions from there. Awesome, awesome. Let's see, there's a GitHub. Does he use a Google link? Watch playlist, check out. Yeah, I don't see him including a Google link. So maybe he's leaving them people on their own to do that. Well, thanks for letting me know about that. Doesn't totally mean that he got it from my video. That'd be great if he did. The badges are 1, 2, 6, and 12. Oh, so I can't make a badge for for month 3. All right. All right. I see how it is. Because Ken is such a long-term expert on memberships, having turned it on long before I did. Chevy, C or C? Oh, it's exclamation mark letter C for chat, for read chat, please. So, and the line has to start with the exclamation mark C to do that. And these, where's the, yeah, here's the DougBot up here. All the SpeakerBot commands are up here. So SpeakerBot exclamation mark C is for read recent chat messages.
chat,
exclamation mark N is for no, and P, and so on. So that's the legend for what is available for you to do. He covered both your method and Jeff Ryman's preferred tool. So who knows? Oh, okay. Interesting. Let's see, who else here? Hello, Ken Stout, if I didn't say that already. I saw that you're here. Ken Stout, need that patience. See, here's what I was saying. Is it the channel called Ken Stout saying live, need that patience? I don't understand what you're saying there, right? But no, Ken Stout live is his channel name. Need that patience, LOL. Oh, that was John William to Ken. That's their conversation. That's why I don't understand what's going on. Mark Baggett, hello. Charlie Purdy, hello. 10 months ago that Ken Stout started the membership. Who? Oh, that's still them. Yammering between each other. Okay, now let's go look at Martin Hogg's email that he sent this morning. Oh, gee, what? 2.5 hours before showtime. I hadn't even noticed that until shortly before showtime. Martin Hogg says, thanks for guidance on this in your show. And let's see, he did a, whoops, do this right, Doug. Yeah, the subject, can I show all of that? Yeah, I guess. The subject line, I don't like this with Gmail. I wish the subject line showed up right down here with the body of the email, but it's the Google Photos issue. He says, thanks for guidance on this in your show. That was yesterday, I believe. However, I need some extra help with this. We have established that the issue of photos not syncing from the customer's Android Samsung phone to his Windows 10 laptop lies with the PC and needs to be uninstalled and reinstalled to refresh the app. However, the Google Photos apps is embedded within Google Chrome. That is not correct. You don't have a correct understanding there, and I'm going to show it. He says it's how the Google Photos app is embedded with Google Chrome and not a separate app, which could be uninstalled from settings apps. So my question is, how can I refresh the app? Okay, he didn't quite understand what I demonstrated yesterday, so I'm going to go through that again because it doesn't take long to do. I could sign out of Chrome, but would that refresh it, or do I need to uninstall Chrome and reinstall that, or do I need to delete his Google profile and reinstall it? No. I will do whatever is needed to force Google Photos to completely refresh and start syncing in. Sorry to be a pain, not a pain at all. I need some urgent guidance on this. Hope to see you 7 p.m. UK time, which I think is now. Ziggy, what time is it in the UK?
In the United Kingdom, it's 7:10 p.m.
Yeah, 7:10 p.m. The fact that you're asking this question, Martin, however, makes me think that there's something missing here in that have you actually been eyes on for this? Or have you actually understood what your customer is telling you regarding that the photos aren't showing up in their computer? It's not syncing with their computer. Now, the reason I say that is because the Google Photos app, you have already told me the photos are there. They do show up on the web browser in the Photos app. You told me the phone is successfully uploading to Google Photos on the web, which is what's embedded with Google Chrome. So if I come over here to the checkerboard in the upper right, as long as you're on a Google page, I'm on google.com right now for a Google search, so I see this icon. And then scroll down to Photos. Let's see, where is it today? Here, go to Photos here. This is the web interface for the photos. And you told me the photos are showing up here. And no, you cannot uninstall this. What the Photos app is, let's see, I got it pulled up over here, photos.google.com. Now, as long as you're signed in to your Google account, you should be able to do photos.google.com. I don't want to do the extra. I just want to do photos.google.com and press enter. And that did not get what I wanted. Let's see, wait a minute. What did I do wrong there? Do I have to click here from here? Do I get different? Yeah. Oh, that's weird. Oh, okay, it's /apps. This link right in here is not photos.google.com. It's actually photos.google.com/apps. That's the difference. That's the ticket. So as long as you're signed in to your Google account, go to this address, photos.google.com/apps, and then install the desktop app. So I'm going to install it here. Now, let me first show that it is not currently installed. I'll come over here and look at my apps. Come down to, I believe that was in Photos is where it shows up. Yeah, it'll show up in here with the Google icon. This Photos right here, that's the Microsoft. We're looking for this icon that looks like the cooling fan, and then install. But since you didn't think there is an app installed locally, I'm wondering, where is the customer expecting it? Are they expecting it to see it in their Google Drive? I think Google changed where the photos are installed, where the photos are available. I don't think they're available through Google Drive. So here's install desktop app. I haven't gone to explore that through my Google Drive yet. And we're waiting. Yesterday, this fooled me because I think it eventually came up. Didn't it? Or was it hiding behind a window? Or did I have to go to Google Play? Try clicking that again. That just goes to here. Let's see, that last reach shot, please. John Williams says the phone needs to be unlocked when connecting to the PC. John, no. No. You're not understanding. The photos are uploading. They are already uploaded to the website. It's not a problem between the phone and uploading to Google. That's already successful. So here, okay, so I clicked on the Google Play Store now. Google Photos. Install on more devices. You don't have any devices. Let's see. I did this yesterday, didn't I? It's not yet associated with a device. Please access the Play Store app on your device. I did this yesterday. I got this installed yesterday. Now I don't know how I did it, right? God. What am I doing wrong? Google Photos is a separate cloud storage. Yeah, we determined that. So it's not going to show up on your Google Drive. Yeah, here's when we asked, is it stored on Google Drive or is it separate cloud storage? It is separate cloud storage. But we did get that installed yesterday. Look for the plus icon in the address bar. All right, so let's go that. I remember that now. Plus icon. Here, open in app. Is it this one? It's not a plus sign. Open in app. Download Google Photos. That's a mobile app. Do I have to go back and watch my video from yesterday to see what I did? Oh, good grief. It's not going to be the Apple Store. Look for the plus icon in the address bar or install Google Photos option in Chrome's menu. Click it, confirm the installation. I did this yesterday. I know I did. Launch the app. A shortcut will be added to your desktop or start menu. Did it get added already? Yeah, we were launching it from in here, weren't we? No, it's not there. This guy seems confused. Does he know what he's doing? I don't want a mobile app.
Read chat, please.
This app is not going to be it. Read chat, please. Everything works on the phone, but when he clicks on Google Photos on the Chrome page, he only sees photos up to December. Oh, well, wait a minute, Martin. That's different than what you told me yesterday. That's different than what you previously said. You told me that it is uploading to the web and it is accessible. So now you're changing your story. Everything works on the phone, but when he clicks on Google Photos on the Chrome page, he only sees photos up to, okay, this is a completely different issue. Completely different. Did he have some other comments in here that I've missed? Yeah, he's only got these two, so I don't have more to click into. All right, so that means that it's not uploading. Now I don't have an Android phone to demonstrate this on, but what I have found to be the issue for this when an iPhone struggles to get them uploaded is that you're not leaving it on the charger long enough. The photos might not be uploading because it's configured to not do that on battery power. So put it into a charging station. Make sure you're connected to Wi-Fi. Make sure you're signed into the Google account on the phone, which, well, Android phone, it's always going to be signed into that. Now, you may be able to go into the Photos app. It might be on a settings photo somewhere where you can see the upload status. And you may, if he's got like some videos in there that are going to take a while to upload, there might be a progress bar. And it could take a very long time. It might help to close any other apps that are open on the phone at the time. It might help to restart the phone, put it in the charger, find the place in the Photos app on the phone where it indicates that files are being uploaded. Then also go to the Photos page on your computer and look for an indication that something is being uploaded. I'm not certain that the Google Photos webpage shows activity that is being uploaded, but in the Apple world, it does. So that's why what I said yesterday didn't work, because you led me down the wrong path. All right. Let's see what else we got there. Let me find where that last comment was from Martin. Everything works on the phone. No, it doesn't, because syncing to the cloud is part of the phone. So that piece is not working on the phone. When you say everything works, I think the only thing you mean is that the camera works and that you can view photos on the phone. When he clicks on Google Photos on the Chrome page, he only sees photos up to December. It is the phone's responsibility to upload those to the cloud. So everything is not working right on the phone. The phone syncs photos up to the cloud. You then log to the Google account, click on square in the upper right corner that shows Google Apps, and click on Google Photos. Yeah, let's see. That's not anything different than what I've done, right? Yeah, been there, done that today. There's a setting in the app to whether to have it manually sync the photos. Yeah, there you go. So check the settings on the Photos app on the phone to see if that is set correctly. Because you've already explained, you've already pretty much hinted that you're not clear about what is the responsibility of the phone. It's the phone's responsibility to upload, and if it's configured to upload manually, then it's not going to do that automatically. And even if you have it set to automatic, there may be certain circumstances, meaning it has to be on the charger. Yes, we were told they have space in the cloud. Maximum non-paid is 15 gigabytes. Once that limit is reached, now there'll be no more uploading from the phone. I have seen where the user thinks there's enough space, but they have a video on their phone that they forgot that they had recorded a long time ago. And that video is so long that there is not enough space on the cloud for that video to upload, and that just stops all uploading. So the photos that have been taken subsequent to that are no longer going to upload because that video, there's not enough space for that video to upload. And you told us that he only sees photos up to December. So the photos that he did up to December, I'm speculating that maybe he did a long video. I don't know, it might only need to be 2 minutes long to be too long for the amount of space that is available, because a video eats up a lot more space than photos do. So he might have been doing photos, might have done a video, might have done an accidental video and doesn't even know that that is sitting there waiting to upload. Maybe it's going to take a long time to upload and none of the photos after that are going to upload. Maybe his habit for charging is such that the phone can't upload at the time. For instance, if you put a phone on the charger and then turn the phone off so that it charges quicker, well, you're not going to get any uploads during that time. The maximum non-paid is 15 gigabytes. Once that limit is reached, there'll be no more uploading from the phone. Martin, have you actually verified yourself by looking at the photos page on his Google account to see how much space is available? If he's just telling you that there's enough space, he might be deducing that from wrong information. So over here on the left-hand side, bottom left, I'm clicking on storage to see what information we get. Review and delete. Blurry photos, find out more. What is this? Screenshots. I guess I don't have much there. Obviously, I don't have an Android phone. So this is showing how much space is occupied by each of those categories. That managed storage up there is not clickable. Find out more about how storage works. I want to see more. Now, this is not storage for Google Drive. This is storage for Google Photos. They are separate storage places, yet your photos might count against your Google Drive storage space. I'm not sure about that. That's a possibility. Why is this not showing me how much space I have
Read chat, please.
available? Martin says, yes, I have seen settings and only 2.8 gigabyte has been used. So that's 2.8 gigabytes.
Read chat, please.
Out of the 15 gigabytes. Okay, excellent. See you later, Mars Man. He's going for his, I think it was brother's 70th birthday party. Yeah, and Tim tells us how much more to get premium, but that's not needed.
Read chat, please.
Greg M. Oh, yeah, that exclamation mark IC did not work. But you figured that out, I think. In Gmail, the total storage available is at the bottom of the Gmail main window. Okay, not the Google Photos. Does that Gmail total storage include the space for Google Photos? I'm going to take that off screen and go look at that.
Read chat, please.
Because if I go straight into my mail, I might be exposing something. Let's see. Because I do use Google for my mail. Where? Coming back to read chat because I didn't see that. Greg again says, in Gmail, the total storage available is at the bottom of the Gmail main window. I know there's another read chat waiting for me. And I am not seeing that. Try another way here. Nope. Nope. I'll have to rearrange that a little bit so I can bring that up on screen. That was the other read chat. Got that one. Parker Morse. Check to see if the photos that are stored in their drive, if they're using Drive, is synced with Google Photos, because according to Google, you can sync the two. Check to see if the photos that are stored in their drive, do you mean Google Drive or do you mean the computer's drive? If they're using Drive, is synced. I think you're talking about if you have Google Drive synced to your computer so that you have a drive letter on your computer for Google Drive. Where was I at? All right. I am not seeing this. So I'm going to see if I can bring up, you're saying the Gmail. In Gmail, not Google, in Gmail, the total storage is available at the bottom of the Gmail main window. I'll click to my window for today. Yeah, so here's my Gmail main window. At the bottom, I do not see what you're describing. I'm going to try the More button. Scroll all the way down. Yeah, I can show that. Yeah, I'm not
Read
seeing
chat,
what you're
please.
describing. But I'm not convinced that that's the right direction for us to go anyway. Google Drive to Google Photos. Parker, you need to use more words. Google Drive to Google Photos. I think you're referring to, if you have Google Drive synced to your computer, that you're expecting to see Google Photos there, but I think they have changed that. Now I'm going to go see if I still have my
Read chat, please.
Google Drive synced to my computer, because I think I do. Yeah, here's the E drive is my Google Drive, and it's
Read
showing
chat, please.
426, so that is synced. I know I've got a couple read chats to get to. I'm going to finish this thought first.
Read chat, please.
Yeah, so I went into my drive. There's nothing here about photos. I'll go catch up with these read chats. Are you using a free Google account or a paid version of Google? I think I'm using a paid version because I think I have the work groups, or what do they call it, for my business version. So that's why it might be showing up different than yours. You have to go to Google Drive to see your storage. That seems on that sounds like the ticket. I don't know if Tim's, oh, here. All right, I'm going to take that off screen because that's going to go to mine, it looks like. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. That's better. This is not Google, it's not Gmail, it's Google Drive where we see the space. That makes more sense. Looking to see what is exposed here. I think we're good. Yeah, down here. To 22.96 gigabytes of shared, 30 gigabytes used. Yeah, so I have 30 gigabytes of space. But photos, I don't think is in here. Of course, I don't have an Android phone, so I don't have many photos. Yeah, that was far more sensible. Greg M., do you concur with that, or are you saying that you're still seeing space on your Gmail, your email screen, rather than having to go to Google Drive? Jeff has 2 Google accounts. One dates from when YouTube was a separate organization. They have 36 gigabytes of free storage. Ah, grandfathered in. Yes. And then Tim's got another one for one.google.com. Let's go see what we got there. You're currently signed in with your Google Workspace account. To access Google One, switch to your personal Google account. So Google One is for personal accounts. So that's why my mileage may vary. Things might be different. Switch accounts. Yeah, do I want to do that while I'm streaming with Google? So when I clicked on that button, I got this to choose an account. But this is my Google for work, place, space, whatever that was. I'm going to click on that. Oh, and it says sign in with your personal account. So apparently, I don't think I have a personal account. I think I have my Google Workspace account because my domain names are hosted by Google. So I can't quite demonstrate that. Greg is saying that's why I don't see his storage. So if you have a personal account, oops, where did that go? If you have a personal account, you do see storage on the Gmail screen then, right?
Read chat, please.
Yeah, that is why you do not see storage. I think that was Greg guiding me to his. Oh, yeah, Tim thinks he deserves points. Yeah, okay. If I go to one.google.com/storage, it shows the breakdown of the storage. Yeah, I think I'm not getting that because I am a staff member among my workspace, workplace, whatever they call it. Why can I not remember that? You're saying workspace, SPAC, workspace, space cadet. Okay, yeah, that should connect with me, shouldn't it? It's workspace. I am just one person in my organization. Now I only have one person in my organization, but perhaps that's why I can't see space issues. I think I have to go into manage my Google account, something like that. All right. There's something I was going to go to. Let's have a look
Read
at that
chat,
one.
please.
Oh, here. When I go to that, it gets me this. 22.96. Yeah, Google Photos. Here we go. Google Photos, 3.1 megabytes. And this 3.1 megabytes would be of my total 30 gigabytes available. That makes sense. Let's see. This one that Greg, I think, I get back to Greg's prior. Yes, I did try that one. So I have dealt with that read chat. Ran Israel. I thought there were 5 of you. It is called a shared drive, shared account. So all 5 of the Dougs share the same account. Do I actually have more? I share some things with my family. I have a Microsoft 365 family subscription, so I share that with family members. I don't think I do that with Google. But I have multiple YouTube brand accounts, but they're not separate email addresses. Yeah, the spaces combined. Is there another read chat that I've not dealt with yet? No, I think I've covered them all. I'm going to double check just so nobody gets upset with me. Let's start from the bottom. I'm clicking the up arrow. I thought there were 5 of you. Greg's chat. You have to go to Google Drive to see your storage. We've done that. We've done that. We've done that. Okay. So now back to Martin's issue though. What? Upset with Doug? I don't know what you're talking with there. Oh, you asked for points. That's why. Is that why you're upset with me? Let's see. What did I think I got a... So, not that one. Not that one. Didn't I put... Yeah, I thought I had a category for that, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. All right, Control C. Come down here and grab add points name and Windows key V, grab his name, and then we'll do that 300 points. Because he figured out why I was not seeing that space issue. He's happy now. I didn't already give you those points. No, this is where I gave you the points. I didn't do that already. Did I? No, I didn't. I know I didn't. You think you got you get 50 points for every minute that you're active in chat? Maybe you didn't know that. Yeah, I've only done one add points. He did know about the 50 points every minute. That happens only if you're active in chat. Up here on the 3-dot menu, go to participants. If you're active in chat within the last 5 minutes, you should show up in this list. If you don't show up in this list, if you don't see your name in this list right now, then you're no longer collecting 50 points for every minute. You have to type something in chat. It's a way of encouraging engagement, which elevates my videos to the YouTube algorithm. That's pretty much the motivation behind the point system. There's some other nuances about it. I mean, even when you do exclamation mark points like Ken Stout did here, that's another chat message, and that counts as engagement. And YouTube uses that in the algorithm to judge how much my audience is
Read
engaged.
chat, please.
Chris Garrett. Oh man. Oh man. What am I in for? The last time that Chris Garrett gave me a seriously helpful, contributing value, rather than just being the kid in the class, back of the classroom who's cutting up, trying to make people laugh. It's been a while. Let's see what he's done this time. What is it? See there? See there it is? I said you have to say something in chat. So he said something in chat. This is Chris Garrett at the back of the room, just being the cut up, trying to make people laugh. Not giving the teacher serious answers to the questions. We love Chris. We love our Chris around here. Getting us to participate sounds like a devious plan or a great strategy. Yeah, that's right. Well, wait a minute, Doug. Which one is it? Devious plan or great strategy? Yes. Isn't that obvious? Yes. Asking for a friend, Glexa. Because, no, it's G. G is not near the A. I was thinking that was a Q. Do you have to actually be putting messages in to get the 50 per minute? Should I just rewind the video and repeat the thing that I just said? You have to be chatting
Read
within
chat,
the last
please.
5 minutes. If StreamerBot identifies that you are an active chat member according to YouTube, which means you're in this list right now, each minute that StreamerBot checks, it will add 50 points for everybody who is in this list for every minute that passes. When you drop off this list, StreamerBot's going to look at this list
That's a big
and say,
10-4.
oh, you're not there, so I'm not going to give you 50 points. Did you understand at that time? Ken Stout's friend, Glexa. Where are we at with Martin? It seems like Martin's main issue is the phone is not uploading to the web, and I suspect the problem with that is back in December, where the last photo that exists on the web, go back in the phone, back that far, and look for any really large photos or videos and delete them from the phone. If you delete those from the phone, then all the photos subsequent to that should upload. I suspect, and there also could be a corruption. So go back and find the last photo that shows up on the web for the Google Photos. Find that photo, and then just delete the next 12 items after that if your customer determines those are okay to delete. If not, then just look for really large ones, particularly look for videos. Delete them because they might be blocking or preventing the upload from happening. So that's my next thought for you, Martin. What do you think of that idea, Martin? Have you already been there? I'd like to hear something more from you. Yeah, even the exclamation mark R, exclamation mark T, those count as chat activity. Those will get you the 50 points, and those will elevate my video for the YouTube algorithm. Just wait till you see what happens when I bring in the next set of exclamation mark commands that I have in mind. Yeah, I'm going to double down on that idea. I haven't heard the read chat please yet from this. Why didn't he get a read chat please? Did that fail? I'll look for the failure in a moment.
Read chat, please.
Oh, there it is. That was pretty late. So are we saying that the 15 gigabyte limit includes everything in the Google account, photo mail, Gmail, etc.? Yes. Yes, absolutely. And yeah, I have a client that it's on my slate this weekend to fix that. They have a Google Workspace. Yeah, I got it right. They have a Google Workspace and they are low on space. They keep getting warnings that they're low on space. And most of their space is consumed by emails. They tend to have emails with large attachments and they were using that email address for, I don't know, 20 years. That custom domain name with multiple email accounts through the office. But the current senior attorney is the largest space hog for that. But she no longer uses that old custom domain name. So I'm going to just move all of that content to her current domain, which is a Microsoft account, which has a lot more space. Now, I want to know, oh no, that didn't fail. It just took a while to run. I'm just checking to be sure there's no recent errors. Nope, there are not. Ken says he understood the first time, but someone sent me a message and was asking, I am merely the middleman here. Okay. 1 in chat if you believe that Ken was the middleman and asking for someone else. 0 in chat if you think that's just subterfuge and it was actually Ken asking the question. And guess what? Every one of those responses counts as engagement. Zero minus 1. Yeah, see, they're not buying this, Ken. They're not buying it. I think I got to put in a 0 too, don't I? Okay. Oh, now wait. Where it was? Maybe Ken is subject to multiple personality disorder. No. It's not a disorder. It's a feature. It's not a flaw. It's a trait. Not a disorder. It's a feature. At least for me. He might have disorder though. Okay, moving on. So Martin's last comment was just a clarification. 15 gigabytes. Yeah. Now I'm wondering, why are you asking that? Did somebody make an assumption that there must be enough space? But no, he previously told us how much space is being used. Oh, but let's go consider this. I have seen settings and only 2.8 gigabytes have been used. Now, does that actually mean his photos are occupying 2.8 gigabytes, but you haven't looked at the total space available? Because if you're seeing that his photos occupy 2.8 gigabytes, maybe you're not taking into account what else is stored in his Google account. Maybe he is close to the 5 gigabytes. Because this settings, is that settings for the photos app or the entire Google account? Because there you're not saying how much free space. You're not saying how much space is available. You're saying how much has been used. Used by what? Used by photos? Then that's not the answer we need. And that would affirm why you're asking this. The total allocated space in the sky given by Google, 15. Yeah, that's. Now, wait a minute. I thought the free account was 5 gigabytes. Didn't somebody say it was 5 gigabytes? For the free account? Where's that? No, 15 gigabytes.
Red chat,
All right,
please.
it's 15 gigabytes for the free account. Yeah, everyone's saying 15 gigabytes. Okay.
Red chat, please.
5 gigabytes is the maximum upload for a photo. So a single photo could be 5 gigabytes. That's pretty large for a photo. Does that mean videos as well? 15 gigabytes is large for a video. General speaking, if we're looking
Read chat, please.
for why you are thinking, oh, he suggests, Lawn Dog suggesting that might be why I had 5 gigabytes in my mind. I might, maybe. OneDrive gives 5 gigabytes for free. Same amount used for me. So he's looking at photos.google, drive.google.com show the same amount used for me. Do you have a lot of email stored in your Google account? I think you use Thunderbird, don't you? So do you offload your email from Google? 2.8 gigabyte for photos. I don't know for other Google things. I think, hang on. I think we're kind of beating this to death and have gone beyond what we need to for Martin's
Read chat, please.
issue. Trying those links, those 2 links that Jeff provided. Yeah, I can't come up with the same things there because I'm using the workspace. In use, 7.53 out of 19. So that would indicate that when you're seeing that space utilization, it is showing the total space utilization for both of those areas. Only a tiny amount of Gmail, mainly use Outlook.com. All right. Yeah, if you only have a tiny amount of Gmail, but this is, let's see, these are the 2 links that Jeff gave. So this one was the email. So when he's looking at the bottom left of the email page, it's showing how much is used. And since it's the same number as when he looks, I don't think he's seeing this layout. But he gets the same number. All right, I need to move on. Okay, I'm going to copy that. Martin, I assume you're not able to deal with the customer's phone right now. If you get any other questions or ideas as you're letting that idea percolate, Martin, then give me a read chat, please, and state your question. My bottom line there is your problem is with uploading from the phone to the cloud. It's probably not the space issue on the cloud, since we now concluded that the space in use that you're seeing should be a combined number for the email and the photos and the Google Drive for that matter. So I'm thinking that it's something on the phone is blocking that from uploading. So check the settings in the Photos app on the phone to look for the configuration for automatic or manual, and try switching it. If it's on automatic, try switching it to manual. See if you can manually get them uploaded. And the second piece, which you might do first, is go find that last photo that does currently exist on the web storage, and find that photo on the phone, and then look for whatever is in the Photos app on the phone after that date and time, especially looking for any videos, and delete those videos if the customer approves, and see if that makes the upload resume. That's what I'm thinking based upon everything that we've discussed. Let's go to video comments. Let's see, there's my time. Let's see, start with this. Come on, Doug, do it right. Here. And then grab 3,400. Baratos 2006, and this is surprising. Surprise. This is on the same topic we've been talking about since the beginning of the show, pretty much. So Baratos, you might, if you're not already watching this video, you might want to go back. He says if it's not uploading Google Photos to Google, well, when I first saw your comment, I was going to say, no, you weren't listening, because Martin told us it was uploading, but now we find out, no, indeed, it's not uploading to Google. That means it ran out of storage space on Google, maybe. There's other possible causes, and needs to pay for more. But he's shown us how much space is in use, which appears to be a number that covers in the entirety of the Google account. And there's 15 gigabytes of total space, and using under 3 gigabytes currently. So not out of space. So there's other things that could be preventing it, and we just talked about it, so I'm not going to reiterate those. Also, Martin, be sure the phone is on the charger, and see if you can monitor. Go into the Photos app, look for, maybe it might be in settings, it might be at the bottom of the screen, there might be some link to see more info, to see if you get a status of the upload in progress. But back to Baratos. So Baratos, thank you for chiming in. And I suspect that this topic is going to continue beyond today. And please, Martin, you did apologize in your email. No need for that. Keep coming back with the further questions and further developments, please. Oh, all right. Then Richard Smith here has 2. So let's get the reply going for him. Now grab this 3530, and then Control A to highlight all of that, Control C, and we'll put that same timestamp in here. Here's what he says, and he's responded on 2 separate videos, but this is a separate subject. It says, hello, sir. I have a question. I just bought new LG TV, and it has any ad blocker in the App Store. I think what that means is it does not have any ad blocker in the App Store. It's Samsung App Store. My question is, how can I download the app called uBlock? Is that uBlock Origin, or is that some other thing called uBlock? On a USB drive to download it to my LG TV. uBlock is an app to block all ads on YouTube. I don't know if uBlock Origin is currently working to block all ads on YouTube. YouTube has been aggressively fighting that, resisting that. And then his next comment here, hello, is there any way I can download an ad blocker for YouTube like uBlock,
Read
then
chat,
download it
please.
to my LG TV? The App Store on LG TV hasn't got an ad blocker. And Lawn Dogs, I see your comment. Martin Hogg. I'm going to come back to Martin Hogg's continuation on the phone issue in a little bit, but thank you for doing the read chat. That tells me it's there. Let's go address this some more. Now, I'm going to take this off screen and go to my Copilot conversation on that because it's helpful. Let's see, when was that? There we go. This Copilot conversation. My voice to text did not translate right here, so I'm not going to read that. And so this was the question from Richard. Sorry, Richard. I faded on your name. The question, as we just read it, it looks like you're trying to install uBlock on LG TV using USB drive. LG Smart TVs run on WebOS, which does not natively support APK installations like Android TVs do. So you may have previously had an Android TV and your experience now is different. However, there are some workarounds you can try. I do not know this. This is not my gig, so I'm just giving you this. Check the LG Content Store. I think he already has. First, search for ad blocking apps in the LG Content Store. If uBlock isn't available, you may need an alternative. It's quite possible that the LG Content Store is not going to carry something like that because that's kind of, you know, they are a host platform for YouTube and others. So for them to provide ad blockers is kind of probably a violation of terms with the services that they host on their platform. So next, use a web browser extension. If your LG TV has a built-in web browser, you might be able to install an ad blocking extension there. If you can, that means that you then would need to navigate YouTube through that web browser, not through the YouTube app on the LG TV. The YouTube app on the LG TV is probably going to resist, strongly resist, blocking of ads. So if it has a web browser that you can launch and you can go to YouTube, and if you can install an extension on that web browser, that might work. Install via USB third-party apps. Some users have successfully installed third-party apps using a USB drive. This process involves downloading the APK file from a trusted source. If you were to do a Google search trying to find something that can do this, it's probably going to be a GitHub distribution. So, do you consider that a trusted source? Well, there are a lot of good sources on GitHub, but there's also some shady ones. So you got to be careful about how you select whose distribution that you're going to download from GitHub. Then transfer it to USB drive formatted for FAT32. Apparently that's what the LG TV with the WebOS needs. Enabling unknown sources in your TV settings. So you're probably circumventing security that's built into the TV to prevent you from installing some malware. So it looks like some kind of setting that you might have to change to enable you being able to install something from an unknown source. Using the file manager to install the app. So you'd be using a file manager within the television's WebOS operating system. For a step-by-step guide, check out this video tutorial or this installation guide. So I'm going to click on that, and that gets us to how to install an APK on your LG Smart TV. Then I'll grab that link and put it into chat, and I'll also put it into the video notes, the description of this video. I should get this title as well. Okay, so there's that. And the link. Then let's go to grab the other one, installation guide. And grab that. And this is called installation guide. So we'll come down here. Yes, I'm going to fix the N because, you know, such a Doug. Then I'll copy all of that. Copy all of this. Then go add that to the video description. It looks like a crazy chat room in the background, doesn't it? Crazy busy. It's just Studio catching up. Installation guide. And I did show this one first. So we'll do how to install. Click save. Then I'm going to go make sure that those links actually work. Sometimes that copy paste doesn't work so well. So if I click that, oh, it went straight to that instead of doing it on a separate. And this one, I'll right click, open a new tab. So it goes to a new tab. And yes, so those two links are working. Thumbs up and heart for both of Richard's comments. And let me know what you find out, Richard. You can just respond. It'd be helpful if you could respond to this, reply to this comment. If you reply on another video, it makes it difficult for me to go back and find your original comments. Hopefully that helps you. Now, where am I at next? Oh, do I have any other? No, I don't have any other comments. I've done those. I'm going to refresh this page. Zoom it down to normal size. Yes. So this one I'm holding on to for future purposes. Now, this laptop. No. I need to get back to Martin's last comment, because he gave us something more. Click up arrow to get to his last thing. Phone and PC are in the same room, on the same Wi-Fi network, via router in the same room. That doesn't matter. We don't care. They could be in two parts of the world. We don't care that the phone and the PC are near each other, because there is no synchronization happening from the phone to the PC. The synchronization happens from the phone to the cloud. And then the computer synchronizes with the cloud. They can be continents apart from each other. So same room, same Wi-Fi does not matter at all. Does not need to be on the same router. Not needed. You need to focus your attention on the phone. The problem's on the phone, not on the computer. As long as you're telling me straight now that the photos are not getting from the phone to the cloud, they never go straight to the computer unless you are connecting, like if you're using a wire to connect to a USB port from the phone to the computer, and then the phone shows up as a drive letter on the computer, and then you're just dragging the photos across. But that's not what you're trying to do. So that's totally irrelevant. Yeah, I think the TV's operating system is probably going to prevent blocking ads. Although there may be, Lawn Dog, you may not be aware of this, but there could be blocking ad blockers for certain types of TV systems, because that's what Copilot told us is about the Android. What do they say? Yeah, does not natively support APK installations like Android TVs do. So that may be a difference between WebOS. Oh, I have a hard time saying that. WebOS, web operating system, TVs and Android TVs. So I'm not a TV expert. I don't even have a smart TV. Well, do I? I don't think it has a web browser. It's got a bunch of different apps, and it's directly connected to the network. Yeah, I guess I do. I just don't use it that way. Does anybody in chat confirm or deny? Do ad blockers still work for YouTube? Okay, Ken, you got a chuckle out of me, didn't you? Yeah, you did. Get his name, paste there. That was it 200 or 300 for a chuckle? 200. Yeah, there you go. uBlock Origin works. They still work. Lawn Dog says, okay, so uBlock Origin does work for YouTube on a computer. And Ken confirms that. You're welcome. Now, here, this laptop. And what the clients do. So we got this C panel for this Microsoft Surface 3 laptop, and we were on track for using this as a replacement for my client's laptop computer. And the problem she was having is that the X key and the number 1 key and the right shift key sometimes failed to work. So she has to watch everything that she does to make sure it's whatever she's typing is entering correctly. And it was very frustrating. She wanted to get the keyboard replacement. When I first went looking for how to do this, I found a video on how to replace the C panel. It was very simple and easy to do. And yes, indeed it is. However, we couldn't find this available anywhere. So what we wound up doing from, what was it, last week? Carrie Holzman showed up on the show and found an eBay parts only computer. So I bought that without discussing with my client first. Some people cautioned in the chat about doing that without talking to the client first. And I decided during that show, I think it was last weekend, that I felt it was okay to do that with this client because they've been a long-term good client. And I didn't think that they would have a problem with it. But even if they did, I did not mind eating that dollar amount. And I did not want to risk losing out on this purchase because there was only one of them available. So I ordered it, and then in subsequent conversations with my client, I told her about the wear that shows up on the touchpad and the space bar, and maybe on some other keys. And she very, very much does not like that. And I didn't know this about her beforehand. and she's grossed out thinking that somebody else had their hands, their grubby hands, on this keyboard. And she says, I know it's just an irrational fear, but it is there. And I said, fine, well, let's hold off. And she said, maybe I should just get a new computer. They can afford a new computer. We just thought it was going to be inexpensive and easy to replace the keyboard. Not. So now I think they're considering buying a new computer, and I'm fine with keeping this computer myself. Now that means that I think we are about to attempt to fix it to see if we can get it to boot into Windows. Now, that's my spiel for that. I think I have a read chat please message to get to. I'm going to do Control F for !C. Parker Morris, has Martin checked if the phone or photo apps have updated since December? He's told us it has not updated since December. The last photo that shows up is in December. I think you might have missed that earlier. I felt that was pretty clearly stated by Martin. In fact, I can show you that, Parker Morse, instead of making you go back and rewind. Let's see. Oh, no, I can't, because I can't go all the way back to the beginning of the show. Oh, I know how to do it. How about if I do this? If I go to one of Martin's comments, if I go here, then out to the 3-dot menu, channel activity. I think any of you that are moderators can do that. And then click over here on the right arrow to see all of his content. Yeah, here it is. Everything works on the phone, but when he clicks on Google Photos on the Chrome page, he only sees photos up to December. So that is the answer to your question, Parker. Yeah, I think the cPanel is probably fine because the eBay listing said that it wouldn't boot into Windows. Oh my gosh. I don't want to talk about that now, Tim. Is he again having download speed troubles? No, I don't want to go there now, Tim. Put Fire Stick Google Box to LG. Put blocker on stick with the program you want to block will bypass WebOS. From Charlie Purdy, put Fire Stick or Google Box. Oh, okay. So here you're bypassing the television's WebOS. That's okay. Let's do this. Let's go. Oh, I already cleared that off the screen. Doggone it. Okay, I know that I'm scrolling right now. Go see a therapist if that bothers you. All right. I think one of his comments was on here. Nope. Go back further. This one. Comments. Yeah, here's the LG. Why isn't it showing my reply? My reply should be there. It shows a heart with my picture. Let's see if we got, do I have to go out to the actual video to see my reply? It's not there. I replied to both of his comments. Did I not actually complete that? Let's see, go prior to this one. Look at the wizard. There's no comments on the wizard. There we go. There we go. So let's do another reply here. And $48.10. So replying again to his comment with this new one, because we have this idea from Charlie Purdy for you, Richard. Put a Fire Stick or Google Box connected to the LG computer and put a blocker on that stick or that device with a program you want to block. So this is where your TV is going to be receiving its signal from the Fire Stick instead of using the built-in operating system of the TV. So you could get to YouTube that way, it looks like, and block the ads. That's a good idea, Charlie. I like that so much that I'm going to give you points. And I thought I had to find the number of points that I was going to do for that. I'm gonna put it at 500 just because I like that more than the lower numbers. Where was I? Oh, I guess I came to that from a read chat message, right? I got to get back to this laptop. I don't know how, I guess you didn't do a read chat for that, did you? Let's see, he previously said, I don't ad block YouTube, but cast to my LG for like Tubi or Plex, put blocker on phone, works good, but not pay for service. So that's another way you could do it too, is just cast from a computer or a cell phone or a tablet to the TV. Yeah, you didn't do a !C, Charlie. You should have done that. That was totally worthy. All right. Back to the laptop. Okay, so the reason why I didn't try doing anything with this laptop last week is because I didn't have a power adapter for it. So I have actually purchased the power adapter. This is one of those proprietary Microsoft power adapters, and I do know that the battery has no power. So let's go reassemble this guy. Let's turn that up this way a little bit, and I can turn the touchpad around to face me. Yeah, it turns out the disassembly and reassembly is really easy for the C panel. Yeah, one thing here is that this connector is magnetic, and so it keeps attaching to metal things. I need to be sure that I've got the ribbon cable laid out right. Roll it over this way. Plug it into there. And then there's a clip in the back that goes in, and I have not done the glue yet. And then the front is just magnetic. That's it. That's it. Now, the power button to turn it on, there's no battery juice, so it's not turning on. And I'm going to take off the plastic because these things can heat up. Don't want to have the plastic on there. It'll eventually burn and get discolored and stuff. Oh my gosh. This is Velcro from hell. Gorilla Velcro. And so then it takes that power cord. Is there a name for that? I mean, I know the Mickey Mouse or the clover leaf is a word that we'll use for the other 3-prong attachment. What do you call this one? This keyboard, John Williams, is from the parts only computer from eBay. So this, everything you see here, this is the
Read chat,
parts only keyboard from eBay. Rabbit ears? Really? Is that's rabbit ears? I didn't think that's rabbit ears. Isn't rabbit ears the like more the Mickey Mouse looking one? I think Tim is just throwing out various words now. He says eyes. Yeah. Okay, here's a Doug thing. Did you see what I'm trying to do there? Well, there's 2 prongs there and 2 prongs there. That should work, shouldn't it? Lawn Dog says that's an old plug style to a percolating coffee pot. Yeah, just because it's used on coffee pots doesn't necessarily mean it's obsolete. I don't think that's an obsolete style at all. It's just when you're not needing a ground plug, and laptops often don't need a ground plug. And this is not even a polarized plug. Polarized plug has a wider prong on one side than the other. So this one will plug in either way. See this slot where the power cord connects to, it looks like an SD card, right? Nope, nope, not an SD card. That connects in there magnetically. I'm not a big fan of this power connector because it can be knocked out so easily, and therefore you can not realize that you're no longer connected to power. All right, I just had to go behind the desk to plug that in. Power button, there's a Windows logo. Oops, wait a minute. All right, what do you think's going to happen? Let's get some speculations in chat. I'm not touching anything else just yet. What do you think is going to happen? Is it going to be Windows works, error message, Windows fails to load? What else am I going to say? You've already seen the Windows logo. Is it gonna go to repair mode? Yeah, what do you think is going to happen? Is
Read
he
chat, please.
Is he just trying to drive more engagement, more chat comments by asking a question like
That's
that?
a big
Really?
10-4.
Really? Is that what he's doing? My feelings wouldn't be negative if it didn't knock out so easily. And also the way it lays on the side of the computer, this just laying straight across like that, and I'm not a big fan of. I'd rather it come out at a 90-degree angle. I have not looked. I don't know what has happened yet. SSD issues, Greg thinks. Timmy, Windows error message. Rumor has it, it's a picture of ghetto. Login screen. Technician's lament. Lament. Wait a minute. Yeah, that's when I said, oops, I forgot. I wanted to give you a chance to chime in what you think. Repair mode. Chevy just says yes. I'm not sure what that was in response to. I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention when you did that. It's going to boot up just fine, Lawn Dog says. This is a Dell Precision. Oh, they're having a conversation, I think. BIOS error. All good questions. Put a 1 in chat if you see smoke. Too bad he is not selling to oh, that's their conversation. That is not a question. It was a comment. A question would be, do you think it could be ghetto? It was that is not a question. I don't think I said it was a question. All right, how did he word it? Rumor has it it's a picture of ghetto. Yeah, it didn't sound like a question. Why are you trying to correct me? Like, yeah, I understood that. He twisted something about that conversation. I don't know. It's just what he does. Windows Service Laptop Service products were created by computer people for computer people with their needs in mind. Everything orchestrated for computer users. It will work from Mike. Hello, Dolby Tech. I think Lundog knows that I speed read his comments because he has too many comments for me to read them all out one word at a time. My other time, it's a conversation between peoples. And those conversations between you guys, that's engagement. That counts. Positive for me, for the algorithm. So, hey, that's fine with me. It really helps me when you put in the @ symbol of who you're speaking with so that I can identify right away that it's not intended for me. And if you're talking back and forth, you might want to, highlight it and Control-C copy it so you can easily use it again. So it's really, really helpful when you address your comment to who you're talking to. Ken being Ken Stout like always. Can't remember his words from 15 seconds ago. I don't know that so much that I can't remember them. Well, yeah, it is that I don't remember the specific words that I use because then you twist them and come back at them from a different angle. How do I know which of my previous words you're referring to? Selden, can the on laptop power connector be reversed to go toward the back and out of the way? I don't know. I've never looked into that. That's an interesting idea. I'm not going to unplug it while we're trying to see how it's functioning because as far as I know, the battery has no capability whatsoever. Brian says it will work, but will Doug check every key to see that they all work? Well, even that is, when I checked my client's computer, I could not get those keys to malfunction. She said it's a sometimes thing. They don't always fail. Yeah, thank you again for using the @ symbol for who you're talking to. Parker Moore says, error blue screen. Ken would never twist my words. Yeah, right. We believe that. Let's see the screen, please. Let's get to it. Shall we? I guess I don't have to catch up with all of those. Here we go. I don't know. I haven't looked. Whoops, I did the wrong button there. I turned my email on because that's right next to the keyboard camera. Here we go. I don't know what's on the screen. It's black. Arrow key, enter key, nothing. All right, this time we're going to turn on and keep watching it. That's as far as the screen goes. There we go. You can look at my chin now. Okay, Windows logo. What happens next? flickering. Oh, came back again. There we go. Couldn't find a bootable operating system. Check the boot configuration to try to fix this. All right, so how about we try to put an operating system on it? Click OK on that. Oh, it went right into UEFI. Let's see what we've got. Boot configuration, Windows Boot Manager. Boot from USB devices is turned on. Enable battery limit is turned off. Date and time, 2024, April 11th. That's okay, that'll work. I don't need to put in the correct date and time. Security, not going to add a password. Secure boot is enabled with custom key configuration. That's fine. Secure boot can be enabled before I install an operating system. Okay. So you know what? I might have my USB drives out in the car. I do. So what does that mean? What that means is this is time to go to the lobby. I'll be back momentarily, or a little bit longer than that.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Here we go. I got this is an impromptu go box. I've got all kinds of nice boxes in my car, but this is just spur of the moment. Got some 1.5 foot Ethernet cables. Got a 8-port gigabit switch. Some Ethernet cables. Some wraps, cable wraps. Some tape. Rubber replacement feet that I bought for this laptop. Some various labeling zip ties and some side cutters. Oh, let's see. Oh, half of my Ethernet tester. A PCIe Ethernet adapter, some screwdrivers, a USB adapter, power adapter for my laptop, and containers for my USB memory sticks that I very rarely use. I think I just took them along because I thought I might have a need for it. Then yeah, that one on the top is labeled Windows 11. If this turns out to be a functional computer, then I'd consider this $120 price I paid was a really good price. There's a Type A USB port. Control-Alt-Delete. Okay, make your predictions. Is this going to install Windows just fine and be a perfectly functioning computer? 1 if you think yes, 0 if you think no. 1 means it's going to install Windows just fine and work. 0 means it won't. This has Greg M asked what type of storage this laptop has. We saw one of those short, it doesn't have a 22 by 80 slot. It has the short slot, and 22 by, what do they call it, 40 or 20 or something. And I think it was labeled 256 gigabytes. I'm not sure. So anyway, here's the beginning of Windows 11 install. I do not have a mouse.
Round chat, please. And
I'm going to try Alt X for the next button. Tab's not working. So far, I'm not getting any. Oh, John Williams says it was 2242 is the short size for a M.2 SSD. I think it was pluggable. Greg M was asking, hopefully it's not eMMC. Now, I got to turn my attention back to plugging in an external keyboard and mouse. Oh, you know what? I've encountered this before. This is because it's a Surface laptop. The native Windows
chat, please.
installation does not have the right drivers for the keyboard and trackpad. I've come across that before. Yeah, tab doesn't enter Ran Israel. Ran Israel suggesting try tab and enter. No, it doesn't work. I've already tried it. There is no activity on screen, and I'm 90% sure that it's because the basic Windows install does not know how to deal with this keyboard and trackpad, and I've done this before. So let me find. Can I remove that USB now and use that USB-A port for my wireless mouse? I guess I'll try it. I'll just try it. Let's see if I don't know if it's got everything that it needs in memory or not. Lon Doug says he would not remove the USB without powering it off first. Really? No, that's not a problem. I'm not worried about that at all. Where is, oh. My wireless dongle was connected to a different computer, so I just unplugged it. The worst thing that could happen is that the install just won't proceed because it needs the files on that drive. Yep, there's a mouse. I got me mouse. Can I? What does this have? No, the only thing this has for an external monitor is external display is the USB-C. All right, so next, install now. Yeah, if this is a functional computer, I'll either keep it for myself, maybe give it to my grandson or my daughter. A media driver your computer needs is missing. Ah, yes, it's going to need a driver to be able to see that SSD. I've come across that before, particularly on Dell and HP computers, especially when there's Optane involved. I don't think
Read chat, please.
Surface has Optane. A USB splitter hub? Yes, I do, Randy Israel. Good idea. In fact, where's that box? Oh, I didn't take everything out of this box. Boom, USB-C hub. Media driver your computer needs. So what I'm going to need is a Microsoft Surface driver for storage.
Can you read chat, please?
If I were to make a Windows 11 install media from my client's Microsoft computer, it would automatically include that driver, I believe. The last read chat, please, was a great tool. Is there a blonde in there? See, Ken Stout and Chris Garrett, they're just cut out of the same cloth. In the back of the room, just cutting up. Yeah, I see your comments about school, Long Dog. All right, turn my attention to this. What other resources do I have? And we got 12 minutes left of the show. And no, that's not going to do it. All right. Brian Lightfoot to Lawn Dog. Nope, that's not for me. So what I'm thinking then would be Microsoft Surface 3 laptop storage driver. Download drivers and firmware for Surface. Open the Surface app. Yeah, that helps. Just turn the computer on, boot into Windows, and open the Surface app. Manually update Surface drivers and firmware. Open the Surface app to do that.
Read chat, please.
Scroll down to the manual section. Let's actually search for manual. Manually update service drivers firmware. That's more like it. Let's look at the other instances of manual. I think it's that first one that I hit. Yeah, looks like this one to me. Right click, open a new tab in case I want to come back to this. Surface laptop, not Surface 3. That's a different thing. Even though this is Surface Laptop 3, that's different than Surface 3. I think the Surface I have is a Surface 3, and the keyboard is detachable. It's connected magnetically, and the whole computer is inside the monitor. That's the difference between Surface 3 and Surface Laptop. So then that brought us to here. Surface Laptop 3 with Intel processor. When we were on the BIOS, we could have seen that. I want to say it's probably Intel. Don't know that for sure. So I got to keep in mind that if I have trouble down this path, I need to check to see if it is actually an Intel processor. I wonder if it's on a label. Sometimes there's a label. Is there anything that says Intel? Nope.
Read chat, please.
Nope. Rand, there is not a label on the bottom with that information. I guess let me show it. Here's the top of the computer. Here's the bottom. This part up here says Microsoft made in China. Surprise, surprise. Model number, that might be useful. 1867, and that's familiar because we were using that model number when we were searching for the keyboard. Yeah, model 1867, if somebody wants to search that I imagine all the 1867s are either Intel or AMD. Yeah, focus, Doug, focus. Date published, what am I looking at? Oh, it told me to click on download. Select the language, English, download, file name, Windows 11. Is this one file for all the drivers? I think that's acceptable. It says done, but I don't have the folder yet. Now, wait a minute. MSI, that's an installer package. I'm going to have to somehow extract drivers from that. If I open that, it's going to try to do the install, but I'm not going to actually try to install that on Big Beast Build, obviously. Yeah. So I need to get the drivers out of that. It's not like a zip file that I can get into. I'm pretty sure there's ways to extract what I want out of that, but I don't know that. I'm guessing somebody in chat is going to know that. I don't think I want to copy that whole file to my USB device. Yeah, how do I extract that? And also it's going to be difficult to identify which file that I want. Now, when you go to
Read chat, please.
When you go to the browse button for load driver, it can do some searching, but you have to pick, I think, the right file or right folder name. Okay, so Randy's at MSI exe and a file name .msi. Okay, I did a copy of that, and I want to do that from a command prompt. So let's see. Oh, what was the, oh yeah, I think just CMD right here will take me straight to a command prompt in that folder. So I don't have to CD all over the place to get into the right folder that I want. That file name, I don't want to have to type all that out. Oh, I can just copy it. Let's do that.
Read chat, please.
It'll make an admin install just the folder without registry changes. Then go to that folder, grab the files that you need. Oh, okay, I get it. That's what that's going to do. /A would be for admin. All right, so then I do that, and then, oops, now I can't backspace over that, and then grab this file name, .msi, get rid of the bracket. I think that's it. And I think I have a spaces at the beginning. Yeah, get rid of those spaces. I got two I's at the end. Do I? Oh, the keyboard's getting wonky here. I think that last I on the end is not actually there. Oh, but I've got that bracket. Don't want that. Starts with the letter S, so like that. Geez, I could have typed it faster, right? You think? Enter. Preparing to install. Waiting. I'm expecting to see something else, or does it just do it? And then I have to go looking for it.
Read chat, please.
Look for a new folder in C drive. Let's go to a new tab here. And let's just do it this way. C:\\, enter, date modified, config MSI created today. It's a hidden folder. Apparently I already have display of hidden folders turned on. Right. Yeah, hidden items. Trying to go into it. I double click and nothing happens. I have to do something else to make it accessible. It's read only. Remove that. Apply changes to this folder and subfolders. Greg M says do a dir. I'm guessing you want me to do a dir on the root of the C drive or in this downloads folder. Greg M says that was in the folder where you downloaded the file. That was the downloads folder. You want a dir in that folder. To what end? See, it created on the C drive, root of the C drive, a folder was created today at the current time. That looks like what was created. I don't think there's anything in this downloads folder. If I sort by the date modified, there's nothing else in here. So I don't see how a dir in the downloads folder is going to do anything for us. Config MSI. How about... Oops, that's not what I wanted. I did want the command prompt, but I want to run it as administrator. Dir of C asterisk. And is that because it's hidden that the dir command won't show it to me? Config.msi. How about we just do config.msi, change into that directory. That works. Then here's what's in here. Temp files, a bunch of TMP files. Well, those aren't drivers that are going to work. RBF files, I don't think those are driver files at the top of that list. Greg says 7-zip can open MSI files. I think I want to defer this. I welcome your additional comments as comments on this video, and I'll probably do a little bit of investigation before Monday, so that Monday we can resume from the point where we are at. But I would like to get to a point where I can get what looks to be storage driver files for the Surface laptop. Oh, I wonder, what if I pull the drivers off of my Surface 3, even though it's not the Surface 3 laptop?
Read chat, please.
The driver might be the same. You're welcome, John. That's what that read chat, please, as he says, thanks for the live stream. Yeah. So how would I go about doing that? Yeah, here's what I might do. Is from whatever comments that people make on this video and my own ideas, I will try to get to the point to where I can, where I get the right storage driver on a USB drive and get it to load on the computer, but not proceed with the Windows installation until my next show, which will probably be Monday, as far as I know. They don't tell me nothing around here. May or may not happen. As far as I know, it'll happen. They ain't told me nothing else. Okay, so here's the email address if you want to send a question for myself in the chat room to respond to. And I will reply to that email with a timestamp for the part in the show where we dealt with it, unless you're already with us. And I guess that'll do it. So have a great weekend, everybody. I will catch you later. Goodbye.
That's all, folks.
Tune in 6 days a week for Windows support, the help you seek. Send an email, leave a comment, join the chat. Our tech-savvy crew is where it's at. Not just me, but a whole community, helping you solve tech mysteries. With friends who are here almost every day, we love to chat and help you find your way. So subscribe now, be part of the team, for Windows support and more than you dream. Join the fun, don't miss a single stream. At LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts or simply where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. Tune in 6 days a week for Windows support, the help you seek. Send an email, leave a comment, join the chat. Our tech-savvy crew is where it's at. Not just me, but a whole community, helping you solve tech mysteries. With friends who are here almost every day, we love to chat and help you find your way. So subscribe now, be part of the team, for Windows support and more than you've dreamed. Join the fun, don't miss a single stream. At LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts or simply more deeply VB, where tech support supreme. Where tech support supreme. supreme.